How's it going, everybody? This is episode 22 of the G&T show. Of course, Tony, Glenn, back for another episode, and we're here. Obviously, this is our 23rd episode now.
22.
22nd
episode, yeah.
This is very
it's been a while. We haven't done one in a few weeks.
Yeah, that's
quite busy. Been very busy.
See, when two became three in the group, it's hard to kind of get everyone kind of together and to obviously get a perfect time and all that, but we're here now.
And
of course, and we have here David Gorman. How are you doing?
Good to be here, that's finally.
We've been waiting a while for this, actually, yeah.
This episode has been in the pipeline since, I think, January now. When you first came out with the video, wasn't it?
That's what was in Sweden and just hard to get it going.
I remember we texted it in January. I was away at the time. I remember texting you, and then you were away in Sweden, and you said as soon as you got back, and then obviously stuff
you were only back a few days. You went off again.
You
went to Paris, was it?
Yeah, that's why I packed it in, saying, right, that's it, I'm done working abroad. I was home for 2 days and then went to Paris.
And like saying goes, life happens. We have David here now, and we're really looking forward to this for a long time. So, without further ado, how are you keeping?
Super, great, life is good.
So we tell people why we have David on.
Okay, so David, he'll get into it more himself, but David has he had a past with addiction, and we feel kind of our viewers that it'll be good to get somebody who had an addiction on, because we feel like that we can reach out to people with these stories. You probably noticed in the past that we had people from different backgrounds, like people like with a big following, people that are in the gym, which is great, and I loved every single second of it. But now I feel like it's time to get people in and explain real stories of the real shit that's going on in the world. Do you know what I mean?
Especially these days.
Your story is a lot, like, you're not the only one that's going through it.
No,
you can walk in any place around and you'd see it.
It's crazy.
From outfits to young ones to old ones, everything. It's getting worse.
It's crazy, and there's people doing it and they think like, because they just do it on a Saturday, that they haven't got a problem. Like I was an addict, they're an addict. I was probably worse because I've done it all the time. But if you can't go out and enjoy yourself without getting a bag of coke, like, you have a problem.
I think a Saturday leads to a Sunday, and then the Sunday leads to a Friday.
It's crazy, but it's even just these days. I think it's just that they're getting much worse, and just not even like in coke in general. Like, I remember when we were 16, what football was the thing. Now 16-year-olds, it's a laughing gas. Like, what the fuck?
Did
you ever see them everywhere you go?
You walk by the prize with there's fucking canisters everywhere.
Canisters everywhere. Like, it's just, I don't know.
I live in Darndale, and I was walking my dog, so we were walking through the patch. The patch in Darndale, I was walking there, and I was literally walking with the dog, and the dog just started sniffing at a bottle. Just fucking 3 bottles of them fucking balloon shite that's fucking
crazy.
I don't know what the story is, but that's your go-to, was you were addicted to cocaine.
Just cocaine, yeah.
So how did all this start and come into fruition?
Yeah, so I never done it. I just would have been playing football just my whole life since I'm 5. Even my dad was my manager, my auntie was my manager, the whole family involved. And then I got a bad injury to my knee. I was never injured before my entire life, so I was just like, it'll be grand. So I waited about 5 months, was strapped up. I knew it was a bit bad, but I didn't think it was. Went back playing after 2 seconds, knee went, got an MRI. It was a torn ACL, torn MCL, and torn cartilage. So basically, I'm on a waiting list for 3 years, so I'm finally getting consulted now next week about it. Next week.
That's HSE for you, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then like the insurance through the football team, like they were only covering like half the operation. It was a 12 grand operation. I was like, we haven't got 6 grand.
Yeah.
And then I got asked, like I started going out a bit more then, and I started to do a bit of coke, like just on a Saturday, nothing major. And then I got asked, here, do you want to move to Denmark, go work in Denmark? And then that's just when it basically just skyrocketed. It's just because, like, even when we were over there, they had a football team, and they're like, do you want to play? I was like, I can't, my knees in bits. And they're like, that's what they all say. And it was just like,
didn't help the mental side.
Didn't help. You see, it was just all I knew was football. 90% of my friends was just football, everything football. So when I couldn't play that anymore, like, there was no plan B or...
There was nothing else you knew.
And it's going, like, I was on and off in the gym, I was always on and off in the gym, but football was the main thing, you know, I love football. Like,
were you playing at a good level?
When I was younger, I was playing at the highest level, and then when I just dropped down then to play with me mates, I was just sick of it. And even when you're a young fella, the politics involved and all, it's
crazy,
crazy. But that's all I wanted to do, just play with my mates. If I could play with my mates until I was 60 years of age on a field, I'd be just happy. Like there was no Premier League or anything in sight now or anything, but I was just happy kicking a ball around, you know.
Yeah. So when you moved over here, like how long were you over here doing it on the Saturday?
like 2 months, I'd say.
Only 2 months.
Only like 2 months or something. So, like I'd normally be like full of energy and a hyper person, and the first time trying that,
It was one on top of the other.
I was like, do you know what I mean? So I liked it straight away, and then I could see myself only really wanting to go out just so I could do it. So it was like an instant addiction straight away, you know.
That was you were going for a point, but you were thinking you're getting that with me as well.
That was it. Like literally go to the right venue and I'd be just like a hurricane ripping around the place. That's all I'd be doing.
Hurricane Gorman.
Just laps of the whole building. That's all I'd be doing all night. How did you get on last night? I had the time of my life. It was shit. Do you know what I mean? You're just out of your head. Even people now think they're having a great time, and you're not. You're just out of your heads. That's all it is. Like,
And that's just, and this is kind of obviously relating back to the episode. It's everywhere.
crazy.
A good 80% of the people that you know are doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
More than that,
Like you can get one delivered to your house quicker than you get a Chinese.
It is. It's like Just Eat, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is. Like, it's like getting a 99 now.
yeah.
Used to be dying for the ice, and now you're going for the dealer.
Yeah.
But it is. Do you think it's a pain? It's a numbing for pain, or it's a numbing for issues?
But that 100%, because literally when I done it, like I couldn't think of anything else. Like everything's just gone. And then the next day, like same. Now obviously when I go home and all, like you'd wake up and you're depressed out of your head after doing it, and then you just do it again, and it's just a never-ending cycle. You're just on a roundabout.
You're just chasing the high.
That's all it is. And then it didn't obviously help for me when I went to Denmark when I was like 24, 25, and I still consider that as a young fella.
Yeah.
But especially for me, 24, it was stupid. I was stupid, I always was. And then I was just living in a house with these other young fellas the same age as me, was getting like $750 a week, your rent paid for everything, and then obviously just start doing it more and more. I was doing it every time when I got home from work, like.
Just dry sniffing in the house.
Just dry sniffing.
Not even drinking with it.
No, like, I probably went about 3 or 4 years, no drink whatsoever. Like,
Just sniffing.
Just sniffing.
Wow.
And that sends you off the rocker, like
Yeah,
it did. So that went on for like a year, and then at Christmas I was coming home because I had to go to Foss, and that's when I said to me, "Man, I was like, here, doing bad here," and she didn't understand that at the start. Like she couldn't really believe it. Like even my dad, like, it would be just football there. Like what this is totally out of
It's a complete
character.
shock to them, yeah.
And then when I went to Foss, so if I gone from $750 a week to €120 a week.
So you were doing, sorry, just to rewind, you were doing an apprenticeship.
Still an apprenticeship, yeah.
What were you doing? Sparks, right?
Yeah, sparking, yeah.
You do, yeah. You had to go, obviously, you had to go down the country, did you? For
No, I was literally, I got balled up.
Fucking great.
Handy.
Magic, yeah.
But then, literally, when I was going in there, like I was doing coke and Foss, like doing it and Foss, and they're trying to teach you stuff and all, like there, like that with a hammer.
Why?
Just
you
crazy.
still you needed it in there.
Yeah, at that stage I did, because I was like basically consistently doing it for the like whole year. Now I wouldn't say 7 days a week. Probably when I was in Denmark could have been like 3 or 4 days. But like that, let's say from January, but then it just started getting worse. Like it's getting $750 a week, at least 600 of it was going towards coke. Like
Yeah, I'm not being smart, but it was nearly 205 a day.
100%. Like
Where you felt it's normal for you to get it in.
that's what it was. Like even like there was no worry. Like do I have money for lunch? Like fuck the lunch. Like.
It was you have your bag on you.
I had my bag, and that's it. Happy now. I wasn't doing it in work over in Denmark, but then when I got home, literally went to Foss, raked up a few bills, getting 120 a week. Said I can't do it, so I had to leave Foss. Couldn't go back abroad. Obviously, they didn't want me.
The walking Dyson.
100% sniffing chrome off and exhaust. But, yeah, so literally then got one of the lads hooked me up, got me a bleeding warehouse job at 11 o'clock at night till 8 in the morning, and then that's when I was doing coke during the night. I was going home, finished work at 8, there was a fella that started work at 9, meet him, get more off him, then I wouldn't even say woke up when it was time to go to work again, meet another fella, and that was just...
Them night shifts, that was like a coke playground, wasn't it? It was calling you to do it because you were working at night.
Crazy.
How much were you sleeping, do you reckon?
Jesus, I'd say during the nights now, I'd say if I got 7 or 8 hours a week, that was a good week, like, yeah, at
some people
least.
would be like 7 hours a day is kind
It's
of
just gone, like, you want it, like, eyes in the back of my head, the amount of weight that I lost was just, I looked like a drowned wet Jack Russell, like, you want to see the state me going around, just pictured on my Instagram and all of it.
So I've seen that actually, yeah. But you do see that though with the whole night shifts kind of link. Like I heard It's
big out in Intel.
That's what I was about to say. Out in
Just
Intel.
say it, will you? Yeah, it's big out in Intel. You know who you are.
We heard it's rampant out there as well. It's like the biggest site in Europe or something like that.
That's it. It's rampant. They're all doing the night shift hiding and they're sniffing. Bags everywhere. There's more bags than hard hats.
Yeah, there's a lot I know that was saying that they seen folk that they just see fucking empty bags and hands everywhere.
People going up in mutes and not coming back down.
You shouldn't be laughing. This is the truth.
Yeah.
This is the way it is. It is gone very bad. But so you started initially. It was numbing. It was numbing the pain or the escape from the knee. You didn't know anything else.
No, I wouldn't say it started off as that, but it did turn into that. Like
It came into that when you went abroad, really.
Yeah, I went heavy when I went abroad just because there was nobody keeping tabs on me or nothing. Then I couldn't do what I loved doing. I was literally just going to work, going home, and
that was your pastime.
Yeah, it's just what everyone was doing over there as well. It was just like they got the biggest load of lunatics in Ireland and put them in Denmark. It was just crazy. Just cars getting wrote off every week and rent a car. It was just mad. But then, like when I came home then on Christmas, like I really thought I was at rock bottom. And geez, fast forward 3 years, like I was nowhere near rock bottom. Like. So
what did the parents think then? Obviously you said it was a shock to them. They didn't really understand
they didn't know what was going on. And then when I was on the nights, but there's nothing they could absolutely do for me. Like even like my ma terrified to come into my bedroom in case I was dead and all. Like just heavy stuff, and I'm walking around with blood bleeding, hanging out of my nose, and broke their hearts. They completely destroyed them. Like But
how long did it take then? The nose start bleeding and stuff like that.
Probably not in Denmark. I don't know. Like so when I'd work for 3 weeks, get home for a week, and I was coming home every week with like a blocked nose and all. And give me dad's like, "Wow, you're sick again." I was like, "It's freezing over there." Just making up excuses. And then I was with a girl at the time, like, and I'm over there getting $750 a week, and then coming home and like, "What? You've no money? Like, where's your money going?" And like, I'm just making like you turn into a black belt in lying. Do you know what I mean? Just constant lies, and. Just a horrible path, like it's heavy stuff.
So obviously you went to Denmark then, and then obviously continuing on 3 years, you obviously you kept feeling rock bottom. Where was the decision to make the change and say, right, I need to?
Yeah, see, like I've always so people ask me that, like when was your little switch? And I just remember I was like, so I went on I was working days. And I went on the Tuesday morning and work, and I finished up on the Friday night. And then that Saturday, I just had a complete breakdown. So things got real worse. I started coming to the last 2 weeks. I started hallucinating, like real bad. I was hallucinating. I was hearing things. I could just feel my body literally like shutting down. Like you could be there beside me, and you could hear me just heartbeating, just like that. Like it was just crazy. I remember I just broke down in front of me mirror in my bathroom, just crying my eyes out, saying, like, what are you after doing with your life? And like Instagram, you'd see people like, they're on holidays, they're having a good time, and I'm just like, you have one life, man, what are you doing? Like, me mad, like, 100% took years off me mad dad's life. I know the stress I put them under was just ridiculous, and didn't deserve it. But I honestly just think it was just, I don't know, it was just like a moment that just copped on. I really do not know what that was. I think it was just the family, and I was just like one life, give them the best one, not here for a long time. I was definitely my man anyway, looking after number one. But that's what everyone always said to me, even when I was trying to get off, like, you have to do this for you, and I just really done it all for her, like.
But of course, like, at the end game, it has worked out in your favour as well, because I know you said you're doing it for your ma, but I've seen your pictures. What you look like compared to now.
Yeah, crazy.
Absolute hot girl summer glow.
X on the beach. Did you ever see Dog the Bounty Hunter? You're like one of his victims they were going looking for. And then boom, transferred over.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy.
But it's like my face changed, body changed. My dad goes to me the other day, you getting taller? I was like, what? I'm getting taller. It's just complete 180, like it's just crazy, man. Like, just once you just start, it's just everything is just mindset. Me whole, like, so even that Saturday I finished up, and like the withdrawals were heavy. Like I was sleeping loads, I wasn't sleeping, I couldn't eat. So I was still hearing voices and seeing things for a month while I was sober. So I was like, what the hell's in my mind here? Like,
what voices would you be hearing when you were
just
on
like, No, even when I was a month off, I was still hearing things.
But when you were on it as well, you were hearing voices.
Just hear a voice. Let's say I'm in my room, I could just hear someone saying, "There he is, lads." Like there he is. And like done. Like I wouldn't even get a shower. Like I'd get so I'd stop washing myself, everything. Like I'd be in the shower and I think I just heard people like, "There he is," and all. And like I remember like that one time, an example, it was 4 in the morning and it was lashing rain, and I could hear people in my garden like saying, like, if I was moving around, I said I'm moving to his right and all, and I'm there saying to myself, it's 4 in the morning, it's lashing rain, there's nobody there.
Yeah.
But then you're hearing the voices like someone has to be there. So like, what that does to you, it's just sends you mad alone. Like,
yeah, I think we jumped a bit there with the whole story, because you came home, you said you thought you were at rock bottom.
Yeah, and rock bottom does not exist. I found that out.
And then how did you know that rock bottom didn't exist?
Because I just kept getting lower and lower and lower. So like when I started doing the nights, like the nights went on for a year. That's obviously then when I think I got physically dependent on it. Then when I was doing the nights, I was doing it so much, so I couldn't even tell you what it was like when I didn't do it, because I always done it. And then I went on the days in a warehouse job, and I was just, I wouldn't say 3 grams a day, but there was one day that I did do 3 grams, but it was every day I do it. Like, there was 3 lads in the job that sold it. Like, it's not hard to find. Like, and they don't care what bill you're raking up.
No, they just care if the money going in the pocket.
They don't give a bollocks, like, and like they're all like, even though he's going around down my head now, you see someone out of the head and you would laugh, but like when you're seeing this fella doing this every day for like 5 months or something, like
you need to address it.
Yeah, you are right, pal.
Yeah,
like,
address the situation.
Like, not one person said that. And obviously, like 1 or 2 friends were concerned. I remember people saying like he's your mate, why you letting him do that for? Nobody can help you at all. Like, like it's all down to yourself, like, you know. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's like nobody cared. Like,
would you get yourself worked up if you didn't have it?
Like,
just so you went a day and you
stressed out of the head,
late
like,
for work and you rushed out of the gaff and you forgot it.
Like I'd be like, even remember like lads wouldn't text me back. Like I'd literally send them like just no pride in yourself whatsoever. Like literally send 3-page long messages, like one after the other. Like, are you around, man? I'll give you that next. Just constant, like
desperation.
Just complete desperation. I was looking at a program there the other day, Euphoria. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's on. It was Sky Atlantic.
Yeah, and there's a bit in it where your man won't sell to her anymore, and she's banging on the door, and she's angry, and then she's crying, and like, that triggered me to bits. I was like, Jesus, like that's exactly what I used.
Just switch of emotions.
It's just crazy. It was just crazy. But like, I honestly don't think there was a time that I probably had to wait an hour or 2 longer. But I always got it. Like, always got it. And like, I even got to the stage like I'd meet a fella like 10 minutes away from my house, like, and he'd give me the bag, and I couldn't even wait till I got home. Like, I'd run behind a tree or something, just get one into me.
Serious?
Fuck, completely. Just, it was, my whole life just turned to just cocaine. Like, it's just crazy.
You see, with caffeine, you build up a tolerance for caffeine after you. Do you not build up a tolerance for cocaine?
Yeah. So what it came to in the end was, let's say it was.
Don't tell me you were flying to Colombia for the pure shit.
Nah. I'd get 2 grams in a 50 bag. I'd do the 50 bag in one go. 3 space out to 2 grams. That's what it got.
How big? How much is in the 50?
50 like 0.5 or something, but they'd mix it so you could get like 0.7 or something. So just literally on a card, boom, whatever fell on the ground, I'd get down,
fuck off,
sniff that on the ground, just like an act, just like a dog. Like.
Was there any feeling, or like?
Get it in, but like it wasn't like. So you're not even like enjoying it anymore. It's just like you have to do it, like
a necessity kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like it'd be a Saturday, like let's say even a Saturday, and it'd be like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be already out of my head, and it's bright out, everyone's out, nice day, and I'd be going meeting people back out, and like there's no hiding it. Everyone's just looking at me like going, what is going on with this fella? But and it's like I said now, like I don't cringe about it anymore. Like I sort of come to peace with it, like, and I don't care what anyone. Who cares what your man around the corner with 6 pit bulls has to think about you anymore? He's not part of it. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? That's why I just wish everybody was like that. Like, just be yourself. Fuck what anyone thinks of you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's such a most freeing feeling in the world. But just back then, just no pride, nothing in myself. Just a shell of a person I was. You know.
Did you lose a lot of people?
I lost a lot of people. Like, I was with a girl I was with her for 8 years. I broke up with her. Like I broke up with her at the end of Denmark, because I was like, right, I'm either going to kill myself here or I'm going to die from cocaine. And so I broke up with her. Jeez, fast forward 3 years, I was nowhere near how bad I thought I was. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just crazy. Like, yeah.
But overall, you don't have to give a specific figure or anything like that if you don't want to say. How much money do you reckon you spent
So me, my friends and family like done the math like so.
Oh, you've done this yourself?
Yeah. So the most I owed out at one stage was 30 grand. That's what I owed out in total. Like, but in total, in them 4 or 5 years, wherever I was, at least up to 80 grand.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and I'd never get big quantities. It was always like one about, because I was always getting it. It was month to month on tick, so they weren't giving me anything like that. So like I could owe like every payday, I could owe like 8 fellas money. Give this fella 100, give that fella 300, give that fella 400. But they didn't like obviously I could never like fully give them the amount. But once I was just, they were getting money on me every month.
You were showing interest in them that you were paying it back.
So like I even said before about me being debt free. Like I'm still not even debt free, but like it feels like I am because I can do what I want now. Like when before, like I was literally saving money to get a haircut now. It was just crazy. Like so, I still owe 2 grand now still, and I pay 500 quid a month to that. And like it's just, it was annoying me there a while ago, but like I'm paying 2 grand now for something that I sniffed out of a bag like 11 months ago. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not, I'm not paying off a car, I'm not paying off a mortgage, but
that's a good thing that you just put.
But you think about that feeling when the last one's in.
My God, I can't wait. Like that's like I'm gonna be so. I'll be,
that's when your turnaround really starts then.
It's great. Like in 10 days now, will be a year off it. So 4th of May, a year off coke and anything, which. Before I couldn't go 2 hours, couldn't go an hour out. Like,
that's absolutely crazy.
Crazy, like, and like that's what like I remember like people even saying like about, like, oh, you couldn't have been that bad. You couldn't have that. Go in and talk to my ma or talk to one of my mates for 2 seconds, and they'll let you know. But like just even now, like these 11 months, like I've done more in these 11 months than I've done in the past 5 years. Like just people that I was hanging around with since I was 5 years of age. They'd go out doing they're just not even in my life anymore. Probably give them the odd text here and there.
Seeing who they are.
Hanging around with a whole new group of lads now. Like I met someone there. Like you can literally meet. Like I know this is mad saying around, but you can literally just only meet someone that can have better intentions for you than someone you know your whole life. Like,
yeah.
That's true. Like I met someone there a month ago, and I couldn't even imagine this person not being in my life now. Like.
Glenn says the same the minute I walked into his life.
Yeah, 100%. I can see that. Yeah, we felt that when I seen you getting out of the car.
Yeah, he didn't support Celtic until I came into his life.
We have the chemistry now.
He didn't know what a haircut was. You know?
Myself, you're right.
We had to get a little bit of laugh from it. We went really deep. We did there.
Yeah.
I need that, do you know what I mean?
So go on. Sorry.
So obviously I hate the one.
Throw your foot on the ground there. Because it stops squeaking.
Very squeaky, isn't it? Anyways, right. So just obviously to rewind back on when you hit rock bottom, how did you manage to go off at first? So from obviously like you were doing every 2 hours, and then obviously you had a breakdown. How did you give it up? Like,
so it was basically just a complete stop, and like I heard like just going cold turkey straight away, like that could kill you, like. But even I was going to a counsellor and they were even saying to me like just ease yourself off and do bits, but it was just that day.
So you're going to microdose in your way.
Just microdose, but I didn't even do that. I was just woke up that Saturday, didn't go near it. Literally, it was during the lockdown. One of the lads across the road from me had started like a gym like this, not as good as this now, but he just let me train in his gym, and even my family got a bit worried. Like it was one extreme to the other. So I went. This is not a word of a lie. So 6 days a week for 6 months, right? I'd go to the gym 6 days a week. I'd wake up at 6 in the morning. I'd go to the gym. I'd go to work. I'd get 2 or 3 podcasts in a day, in bed at 9, and I'd done that for 6 months straight. Just crazy. I was listening to David Gorman, Jocko Willnick.
He's a had him
Jocko
Willnick,
do you know what I mean? He was getting up at 4:30 and getting up at 3. And like I think me withdrawals, when it's because I went through bad withdrawals, and I think I did make them worse because I was like I was punishing myself in a way. Like literally 6 days a week for 6 months. Like literally that gym.
You don't regret it?
It was. See,
it kind of had to be done.
It had to be done. Like everyone, like, because I remember I was looking in, like I got desperate and all. I was like, people saying, "Oh, like you have to get into God and all." I honestly tried to do it. I know I'm not religious around, but I tried to do it. I was like, I can't do this. This is for me. And people are saying like, do your 12 steps. There's loads of things, but I got a counsellor. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. And for me, basically, what I done probably is not going to be good for anyone else. I just fully changed my mindset, discipline, consistency, gym every single day, and then I was out of clear. Like, but well, I thought it was out of clear like there. So like triggers. So I was getting bad triggers. Like in that job I was in, one of the fellas, I'd mostly get it off him. I'd see him and my heart would just, even walking into the toilet, like I'd get triggers because I'd be in the toilet somewhere. It was crazy. So I literally got out of that job.
To escape from that, definitely, yeah.
And then the lads that I was working with in Denmark, the foreman, I rang up, they were in Sweden. I said, "Here, look, is there any chance you can get me over? I'm off all the stuff." And I was like, "Oh, no, lad, I seen your Instagram, I seen your..." He got me over to Sweden, and I was over there, absolute time of my life.
Were the boys still outside, they're still doing it over there?
Yeah, but then it's just like, when I was doing coke, like all you can see is people that are doing coke now. But when you just take yourself out of that environment, you change your mindset, and all you can see is like the good, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So the lads were doing their thing. I wasn't with them. I was with the lads that are going out doing the ice dips,
seeing different stuff,
going to the gym every day. So, and it was unbelievable. That's about, so you can only imagine my family when I said, "Here, I'm going to walk in Sweden." Stop. But then went over. I was only over there for like 5 or 6 months. Absolute time in my life, like unbelievable.
And you think, looking back now, you wish if you knew from the start you would have done the other trips like that?
100%. Like that. But then when I remember then when I came home, I was like, right, I'm home for good, sick of walking abroad. I want to sort of just get a little life back home going. Home for 2 days. Do you want to go to France? I was like, yeah, I'll go walking over there. And he had told me, right, it's a night shift for the first week. So I was like, yeah, that's no problem. And then on the 3rd night, I think I was just so tired and all, there was a bit, I thought I was back in my old job out of my head, like, and that triggered me. And before that, I thought I was bulletproof, you're out of the clear. Now, it didn't make me want to go back down coke or anything, but it just brought back a load of memory. It was weird, it was. So it's just always like,
the kind of a little reminder saying, look,
you're nowhere near the clear, man.
Yeah,
nowhere
near
back
whenever, just little flashbacks.
Exactly. So it wasn't even like, I've never really had the urge to do it again, but it's just like little stuff like that. You're just like, this is an everyday wrestling.
It's going to be a battle all the time, because you're always going to walk into a cubicle. You need to go to the piss for that shit. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to have to go through this stuff.
Even when I'm in work and I just hear someone blowing their nose, and it's just reminding me of it. Like,
it's gonna. And then there might be a day then 10 years down the line, you just forget about it all.
Yeah,
you won't remember what life is like with it.
Yeah, but still just can't take the eyes out the prize. Like, even my like good friends, like, they went down the country there, stayed overnight, and I was like, I cannot go with you. I was like, I just cannot do it. Like it's just all about just how you surround yourself with. These are good lads. Like, everybody knows someone that's doing it, you know what I mean? But like, they were going down there and they weren't even doing it down there. But it was just me thinking, like, even if there's a 2% chance, I cannot put myself around that, you know what I mean?
That's kind of take yourself out of that environment to avoid it, especially when you're literally, because you weren't off that long at the time as well. It's like very mature step on your part to do that. Like,
it has to be done. Like.
You said something though that you need to probably say it again to people. When you're going through an addiction, people think that there is a certain method to it. Everyone has their own method how to get off stuff.
Yeah.
It's not a set guidebook you have to follow.
No.
So with you said the gym.
Yeah. Exercise, even just...
well, sorry for coming across, sorry. Yeah. But for someone else, just say for Glenn, for example, or just Glenn to do the gym, reading as you went into audiobooks.
Yeah.
Just find that other thing that you can do, find that substitute that's going to make up for that bit of time.
Exactly.
Whether it's out walking, whether it's dips in the sea, whether it's spending time with another family member or something.
Like, everyone has a thing. Like, for me, I just thought as football, there's nothing else. Like, now, like, out sea swimming, hiking nearly every day. Just everyone has that thing. But if there is anyone going through like a bad addiction, the first step I tell them to take is go to a counsellor, go and talk to someone. Like, I never would have talked to anybody about Anne, and I went to a counsellor, and like, that was just like the best thing that I've ever done. And the counsellor was actually telling me about sea swimming, or that she goes sea swimming, so it was just like a perfect match as
well. You were in tune straight away.
But just find out what works for you, because I said it on the podcast about me, like, I was like a lunatic. I went to the gym 6 days a week, nobody could even talk to me. I was like,
just find your other substitute that you think that will fill the void.
And it is out there. Like,
it is, you'll always find it, you just need to look. But for yourself, Dave, I hope you don't mind, because a lot of people will know your face around the area.
Yeah.
If anyone does see this and you feel like you're in that rough patch, don't be afraid to text David, or even text our page, and we'll put you on to counsellors and stuff like that, and we'll help you. But the first thing you need to do is take the step up and just say hey to him. Just get something going, a conversation, and address someone.
Yeah, anybody can text me at any time. I'm not gonna, like, there is still people to this day like texting me and all. Like, I'm talking to a fella from Wales, talking to him on the phone and all. Like, I'm not gonna tell anybody anything. Like, what you say to me is private, because I know what you're being through. Like, I don't want anyone to ever feel the way I did. Like, it's basically just like, it's like you're dead but you're in pain. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's horrible. So yeah, please, anyone that's going out there going through, and hit me up anytime, and I will always get back to them.
So, just kind of going back into, obviously, with your addiction with cocaine. So you went, obviously, football was your life.
Yeah.
Then obviously you got injured, then you went into cocaine. And then when you gave up cocaine, you went to the gym.
Yeah.
Would you say you have an addictive personality?
Yeah, well, I was told that when I was 15 that I have a highly addictive personality.
Who told you that?
So I was asked politely to leave school in 5th year, politely asked, and then I went to the outreach and literally went in, meeting with everyone there with my ma. She's saying, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. And then straight away, yeah, he has a highly addictive personality. But I would agree with that.
Then look at the way you jumped from coke straight to the gym.
Yeah.
And you found that and you were addicted to that.
Fly on the gym, now I'm sea swimming every day. Like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just one thing to the other.
Does that run in the family with yourself, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, addiction does, yeah. That's my uncle, he was a heroin user, but he got clean. Alcohol as well, really apart. So it would be
It's there,
hereditary kind of thing.
Look, it's in everyone's family. It's in my own family personally as well. Like it happens, and it really is out there. And like we said, it's kind of stuff that we do need to kind of go back into. But just touching on the more positive note, what does the future hold for yourself?
The future looks bright in any way. Like every day, it's just like, I don't know, it's just a mindset thing. So I'm working now, just doing electrical GO work. Connex Electrical Services, they'd be happy giving them a shout out. I only met these two lads, the two bosses. I only met them. We climbed Carron Hill the other day with the other boss. These are the lads that got me to France. Unbelievable, like they're sorting me out big time with everything. Like they know that. I basically just want a job where I'm one-on-one with people, just whether it's addiction, mental health. Just try to just talk to people, mindset, and I just don't want anyone to. You have one life, don't want anyone upset, just want people to be happy, just enjoy life, that's what it's there for. And even these lads that I'm working for now know the story, they're giving me time off work to pursue what I want. So I think I'm gonna go down the counselling route. But obviously, look, I can't commit to 4 years of college, like I had to be working, so I'm just doing my best now, get a bit of money up, do it bit by bit by bit. So
there's part-time courses you could probably do as well.
Exactly, and I'm on to a fella now, he's doing it currently at the minute and he's putting me right to it.
There you go.
So I think that's the route I'm going to go
Well,
down.
it's very hard, especially kind of when you get older, to make them decisions, like especially to go back to college, because it's very tough financially, especially when you get older. Like even for myself personally, I went from being in a good job to dropping down to being a first-year apprentice plumber. Yeah, it takes a knock on you. Like you need to have a big fucking support group there to do. So like I understand completely where I come from, and that's all it is. Do what makes you happy at the end.
That's all I'm about now. You know, like trying to even go into work now tomorrow with a Friday mindset. Like it took for me nearly dying to just like appreciate everything, and like you shouldn't have to like take it that like just like once you have food in your stomach, clothes in your back, a roof over your head, like you should be happy. Like
even though you were saying that you went through them dark places and all that, you're still miles ahead of people that never went through that.
100%. Like
there's still people you see now, even they may not be on the coke and that, but there is cunts genuinely who are miserable with partners or with a job they really don't like, and they don't have the balls to pull the pin or to actually smile for once or do something that makes them happy.
It's like people think that day is never going to come, like we're all going to die, like, but it's just like it took for me just that experience to just have that mindset, like just enjoy now, like all we have is now. Don't worry about tomorrow, don't worry about yesterday, just enjoy now. So that's just the way I went down with life.
And that's what, even talking to you now, you wouldn't look
no, you wouldn't even know
and think that you were addicted to anything. Like, do you know what I mean? You just think you are an normal fella like everyone else, and this is reverting back what we're going to. Like it can turn in from being a Saturday night in the fucking cock and ball in the fucking cubicle sniffing to being at the stage where you're at.
It only takes one bad decision on the weekend to ruin your life.
100%, man.
That's all it takes. One moment, one decision. So just be wary of it. But everyone does have their calling.
100%.
And not many people in the world do find that, and they do live the miserable life till they die.
Exactly. Like that's.
But you're at the point in your young, know.
If I had to go to that place to be where I am now, then I'm happy it happened. So I'd rather I went through the 4 years of hell to just go my whole life to wait in the weekends to do coke and continue on doing that for the rest of my life. Like so, at the start I was like, what did I do to deserve what I went through? But I'm happy now because like I would be nowhere where I am now. Like the life I have now, the friends I have now, the people I have in my life now. It's just like. It's just unreal, like it's just.
It is,
happy man.
And when they're doing more kind of stuff, like kind of activity-wise, like I know when I was kind of younger, like this I'm 25 now, when I was back when I was 22, 23, I was fucking going out every weekend, you know yourself.
Yeah.
And then obviously when lockdown hit, you start kind of seeing the bigger things. That's not all just drinking. Like I said, we do fucking triathlons now.
Get
we
the
go
5k run time in.
That's we do our run now. We go out.
Some shit that comes back.
We go out every so often. We go out on a mad one, but we wouldn't go out every weekend, and we wouldn't fucking go down that road. And it's refreshing just to do, like, you have a goal, like, for example, like, you want to do your counselling, like, for us, like, we go, okay, we started this podcast, we have a marathon coming up, and we have triathlon, so on. And I'd do that any day over living to go to the fucking Cock and Bull or anywhere on a Saturday and go into a cubicle and fucking snap my brains out and show you over here.
No, because it was mad, because even when we were training for the triathlon initially, it'd be 7 in the morning, we're loading up the car to get our bikes being down the Mullingar, and you're going down through Clare Hall and you're seeing all the cunts coming out of the apartments. I had to be in the gaff leaving. We're going down to try to do a fucking 60k cycle.
That's crazy.
And we're looking like, Jesus Christ.
But you find your escape.
Yeah.
You find something that you love.
Like, I remember the 2 things I hated the most back then was the sun rising and hearing the birds singing in the morning. Sure. And now that's my 2 favourite things.
Well, did you when that happened, did you think, oh fuck, we're getting to a point now, I need to, like, I'm going back to work, or I'm going back to the gaff?
It's just like, it's just the depression, just everything, like, so.
The high was coming to an end.
Yeah, so like I wasn't going into friends' houses and doing it. I was in my bedroom on my own, and just completely isolated. Like,
so you play PlayStation or watch telly on it, would you?
I did at the start, playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
Going around horseback.
Cool, yeah. Cycling to work that day, thinking I'm being white Arabian, yeah. But then, but literally, that's what people are saying. Like, what were you doing in your room? And all I'd be doing, smoking cigarettes. The telly be on, couldn't tell you what's on. I'd be scrolling on my phone, couldn't tell you what I was looking at. Just completely out, just gone, like horrible. Just there, complete paranoia, frozen stiff, just the worst, like. And I couldn't stop doing it. And looking back at it now, I'm just just crazy. It just shows you just had a grip, and I just could not get it. Like, just could not get that devil off my shoulder at all. Like,
when you say no, there's probably been fucking. I'm only asking the question. When you see majority of people who are on coke, gets to a point in the night where they get aggressive. Did you ever get aggressive on it?
No. It was just a complete shell. Like, I couldn't even talk. So
you couldn't talk at all.
No, I couldn't talk. Like, just voice a go.
So as you said, there is people you do see who are on nights out and they are sitting there with their jaws swinging. Yeah. You're actually not even having a night out when you want it.
No. People think they're having the time of their life, and they're not. You're just your head's just gone. Like you can't eat, you can't sleep, and that's me bleeding. And he died there 4 months ago. Just talk shit.
But they talk about pain. They talk about negative things.
Yeah, exactly.
They talk about the pain, but they won't admit they're taking the coke to cover this pain.
Exactly.
But they really are trying to open up to you.
That's all it is. Just masking. Like, I remember even I was out, like, and this is when I was off it all, and people are coming up to me out of their head, like, you're doing great and all. I was like, get away from me.
Get off me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's a pandemic in itself, like, cocaine especially. But it's
getting worse here.
It's getting worse. Crazy, and the people are getting younger that's doing it, like. So where are they getting the money? Well, they're probably all selling it. Like, the place is mad. Yeah.
Like. I'll tell you now, if there is someone who listens to this and you are going through it and you do text the page or you do text Gomo, the 3 of us will do what we can to help you.
100%.
If you are struggling for money to invest in a counsellor, and we will try raise stuff, we will help you. So don't be afraid, do text us. Because if it is just that one person, because a lot of people will just see it and they won't text. But if you do have the bottle of the text, we will do our best to help you. Whatever, if it's a GoFundMe or whatever we have to do to get you into counselling, we will do it.
That's the first step to start living your life, man. Just admit you have a problem. And
make the connection.
100%.
And don't forget, it's confidential.
Yeah, 100%.
It is confidential. 100%. No one will know. No one will know. We'll say it's for Glenn's dog.
Your
dog's obese. We'll just say it's to get surgery for the dog.
My dog is a turkey.
Is he?
Your dog's addicted to food, isn't it?
Yeah, addicted to rich tea biscuits.
Do you want to show a picture where your dog watches telly? His dog watches telly like a bloke.
Like a bloke?
Yeah, like an outlet. It is like Phil Mitchell sitting there.
1 second, right? I'm going to put.
I know we jumped there.
So can I put this clip in?
We'll get it on, but we will. Who actually does text the page, who does see it, because it is out there and it's a lot worse. It's not like we're trying to reach and find a needle in a haystack. There's more than one person out there that's going through it. Whether you text Dave, his name and I'll be tagged in it, or text the page, we'll do our best. We will help you. So I'm not saying grow a pair of balls, but don't be afraid. Just hit the fucking send button. Type it out many times you have to, but press send.
Yeah, the main thing as well, because what stopped me from getting help a lot sooner is, like, you're caring what other people think you.
No one's going to judge you.
I'm not a man or whatever because I'm reaching out for help and all, and everybody is going through stuff and all. Like, if you come out and you say your problems, that's what makes you a man, do you know what I mean? Not hiding it away, letting everything build up and then you explode one day.
And that's also a big problem as well with living around here. People are too judgmental.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They care too much of what you do or what you think.
Yeah, be honest though, if you're actually thinking that, or if you do have an issue, let's be, your family know. They just don't want to say it to you. Your family know. Yeah. Your friends know. So if you do even have a friend who's going through something like this, contact us and we'll all do our best to get through to them and to give help. Because it's a big problem. You can walk into that Cock and Bull in coolock on a Friday and a Saturday and it's everywhere.
Anywhere
it's
you
everywhere.
go, it's crazy.
And they're the same people that are hiding their own pain and are afraid to fucking admit it.
Exactly, yeah. Big time, yeah.
And it's reverting back, like we always get people on who aren't recognising our appeal, but we're now reverting to a topic that isn't recognised of how bad it is. And it needs to be addressed.
No, but you can't, you're right, but we can't take away the remarkable turnaround you've done.
Well,
you should be really, really proud of yourself.
Absolutely. Thanks. And we'll be following our journey, and who knows, we might even get a sea swimming.
Yeah, definitely.
The summer's coming, triathlon season's on. You know,
you're going to need the recovery for the legs.
It's only down during the week. It's only down during the week. Even your family as well, you really are blessed to have people like that.
Big time.
You could talk to 9 out of 10 people, they would have fucked us on now.
Exactly. I don't know what I would have done without them, honestly. Like, absolutely blessed. And there is people going through it that don't have the sport that I had, you know. Yeah. And they were with me until the end, so absolutely blessed.
No, yeah. Look, you knew the story more than me. And it is, no, I just want to say thank you for giving up your time.
Lads, man, thanks very much.
We appreciate it.
100%, lads.
And now we have another friend to add to the collection.
Yes.
So yeah,
you're staying at his house tonight.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption.
Right, so we'll sign off here and say thanks very much. And again, don't be afraid to drop a message. And even if we reach one person from this episode,
we'll do our utmost. We'll get help. We will get help altogether because we've contacts with everything. Yeah. Especially when you get into you've contacts and all different things. You've contacts now.
Yeah, 100%.
So don't be thinking that you're not a man. Don't be thinking there's money involved. We'll do our best. We'll help you, regardless of what it is. There's plenty of ways you can raise funds if it's needed. And we're not going to pay our debts or anything. We're going to get you off it. Don't worry, and we'll find a way because there's always a way.
There is always a way. Exactly. Like, even when you think it's the end, it can only be the beginning. That's the way it was for me. Yeah. So, 100%.
Thank you for tuning in, and please do subscribe. Do like everything that we do, and it doesn't cost anything just to even share it or anything like that. So thank you. Do you want to finish off?
Just want to say thanks and good night, and yeah, catch you later.
Thanks for having me on, boys.
No problem at all.
Cheers. Thank you.